All right. It looks like we are getting live. That's good. How's everybody? It's almost Tuesday right now, and last time we had a Monday of some note. It was 2 Mondays ago. 2 Mondays ago, I had a amazing. Hey, Parrot Head, how you doing, sir? I had an amazing Monday 2 Mondays ago, and I'm just gonna get this stuff put out of the way. Got a box in the mail today. Actually, it would have been in my hands a lot sooner. Me and my apartment don't have the same hourly availability. They want to close at 4:30 in that office, and Bruce gets off work about 7 p.m. So, anyway, I ordered this big box of Duke Cannon, and this is a subscription box you get every 3 months. They randomize stuff, and I paid $54 after tax, free shipping, and you get this chunky box. Big ass box. I took all the packaging peanuts out, but first thing I'll look at here is this. Looks like a cold shower. This is kind of like a wipe that you get. The wording on it says the mountains of Afghanistan are not equipped with the state-of-the-art plumbing. A cold shower to escape the oppressive heat, dirt, and grime is not an option. That's why Duke Cannon worked with the U.S. military personnel to develop cold shower cooling field towels. Their face and body towels are made of menthol, aloe, and jojoba to provide a chilling blast as they cleanse and protect. Perfect way to cool down and recover after a 12-hour shift, covert field missions, or back alley boxing matches. Alcohol and paraben free. Interesting texture. Check that out in a second. Duke Cannon is in Minnesota. They're a United States company. So whenever I tell you that, buy local, they're USA. They're not from China. All right, cool. Next thing I got is this is a minor bottle of viscosity, the naval diplomacy. I need to smell this. Okay, yeah, it smells pretty fresh. This is actually kind of like the way that soap used to smell to me, but this is kind of a little bit more potent. Get a thick body wash. Comes out really slow, like maple syrup. Wow, it wants to lather up already. Cool. You know what? You can never be too clean. All right, I'll take the box off here. So far, 2 out of 2 items are a hit because I know that the towelettes are going with me to work tomorrow. Third item. Yeah, I've already popped this on because it's antiperspirant, and I was a smelly boy when I got home today. This is the antiperspirant and deodorant. It's charcoal enriched. Now, one thing I've noticed on almost all the Duke Cannon stuff is that a portion of proceeds benefit U.S. veterans. There's another company I used to advert for, Black Rifle Coffee, and they say the same thing. They prefer, to help out Leo families and active duty people. But I've actually seen more effort with the Duke Cannon people to bring their charitable work to light. And Duke Cannon's been around for a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm biased because they pay me, and I really have to say that I appreciate what they do, because in all honesty, saying I sell coffee on the side is, kind of lame. But whenever I say as a plumber I sell soap on the side, it makes it feel like for me I'm kind of double dipping. This is a big ass bar of soap. This is their naval diplomacy. And Duke Cannon is a man's man. Duke Cannon doesn't dine with vegans, and he could give a damn about your new selfie stick. Duke Cannon comes from a different era, an era when men had a greater purpose than building spreadsheets and spending their Saturdays shopping for the perfect pair of chinos. Steel cut grains and triple milled for superior quality, which you can see this thing is huge. It's bigger than the common bar of soap. It's made in USA, not from France, and not for clowns. Although I wish they didn't have an axe with a line through it. I love axes. Okay. Military specs. It's inspired by soap and GIs during the Korean War, tested by active duty military personnel. That's one cool thing about these guys. They actually their beta testers are the nearby military bases closest to their factory. So I can imagine they just go to the MWR officer on duty, wherever they got to go. They're like, hey, we got another care package. Offload the pallet from the back of the F-150. See how that'd be really cool. Smell good. More smell good. So this is, so far it's been a naval diplomacy sort of thing, which I'm not going to lie, as a former sailor, I got to say this makes me happy. This is their Sea Scent Salted Cologne. Has a refreshing scent to it. Looks like it has it's like a little balm. Put on your fingers and then you rub it on your skin. It feels like it just melts right into your skin. This is kind of cool. All right. I'll try it. I usually use spray cologne when I use cologne. I haven't used cologne in 10 years. But this is kind of cool. I'm not going to say it isn't. Are these overpriced? Some people were asking me that earlier, and I thought, it's a designer soap company, so it's going to be higher priced than what you're used to spending. Is it high priced? No. Because in all honesty, a 3 times the size bar of soap, the one I have currently in the bathtub, has been there for 2 weeks, and I weighed it. It's only at 7 ounces out of 10. We started at 10 ounces. Shellback. Yeah, this looks like it's all natural ingredients. And they test it on U.S. Navy personnel and bad interns, or U.S. military personnel and bad interns. But yeah, it's like Dr. Squatch, but Dr. Squatch doesn't seem to hold up in the long run. I mean, sometimes an all-natural product is great, but then there's other times where like, God damn it, I really could use a McDonald's hamburger. Final item is the liquid hand soap, naval diplomacy scent once again. And let's see what this thing. So far, it's been for $50, and this typically, and I didn't show off the Gunsmoke bar of soap because my boss stole that. Like I said, I had to pick this up in the midday at work, so I'm driving my big honking truck through the apartment complex I've got. And I mean, it's not meant for a 10-wheeler vehicle to be rumbling through here, but that's what I had. So I had to go to the office, and we've been having plumbing problems in buildings 1 through 6 for the past 6 months. The tie-in at the sewer is just foul. It comes undone every 6 or 7 days. So you get every 6 or 7 days, usually a Tuesday, you'll get a email like, hey, don't use your water between 1 and 3 o'clock today because we're experiencing difficulty, which it's the same problem each and every time. when I brought my truck in, my giant freaking septic tanker, they're like, oh my God, you actually do work for a plumbing company. Give us your card. So I was like, yay, I can actually help you. Shellback. This right here feels pretty good, actually. It's a little, like a moist towelette, basically, but it's kind of on crack cocaine. And it doesn't have, like, the usual icky feel to it. It like, I actually think this would actually help me out in the middle of the day. They throw these at guys going over to Afghanistan, from what they're saying on the back of this, which that may be true, that might not be, but from what I'm betting, from what I've seen so far, they outfit our troops pretty well. This is liquid hand soap. Is there a kick? Is there a trick on this? What am I missing? Oh, it's got a good smell to it. It's got a really good smell to it. The smell that I'm hitting on this, it's not so much Corpus Christi ocean salt air, but it's more like almost like Pensacola, Florida, on a spring day. It really, it has like that salt. There's a little bit of salt in the scent, the salt water. It's different. Ingredients: water, sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium lauryl sulfate, Kamakito propyl betaine, glycerin, aloe barbatus, which is aloe vera, leaf juice, citric acid, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, sodium chloride. All this stuff looks like it's fairly normally occurring material. I'm not seeing a negative here. So if you want to know if it's like made out of natural materials or shellback, I would say this would be completely safe for people with like delicate skin issues. Although most people with delicate skin probably aren't going to buy from a big ass company that, you know, advertises that big ass bar of soap. But this is a new world. You probably should check this out at some point. I've got a $10 coupon I'll put in here. Hold on. All right, hold on. And of course. All right, I'll get the coupon put into the stream whenever it wraps up, because I don't want to put it in a live chat. Actually, I want to put it in the description. Anyway, $54 for these items here. Are there cheapers? Yeah, there's cheaper ways to be clean and such. Are there better ways? I'm gonna tell you that in all honesty. I go to the shower probably once a day, twice a day on Saturdays sometimes, because just, you know, if I go outside for any length of time in the evening, it's still 85 degrees, 90 degrees. Come back in and I feel just icky. So I do 2 showers Saturday, but that bar of soap is staying together really well. Plus the fact that, like, I work as a plumber. So, like, sometimes I come home and I've got shit on me. Like, I don't mean to, but, you know, it splattered on my shirt and got through. It's on my, you know, it's on my skin membrane, and I need to be scrubbed clean. So I'm not saying that the previous work that I did with my, you know, usual bar of soap like Ivory or Dial wasn't cutting it, but I'm going to say that I don't have the same feeling of refreshment that I had before. It's really weird. Whenever you have a bar of soap that is more engineered to provide you with a fresh feeling, not like the mass-produced Ivory Zest, it's a different feeling. You have to check it out. And I know that sounds weird. Brightest Days friend Macklin understands because she's purchased this stuff before. But Dr. Squatch isn't bad. It's close. But I think in the longevity of it, I think the Dr. Squatch soap doesn't last nearly as long, mainly for the fact that their stuff is not 10 fragging ounces. Sorbate doesn't sound natural. You know, a lot of things when you talk about them in their scientific names don't sound natural. We could go into insect and entomologies, and at that point, I'm speaking Latin. And everybody that doesn't have a background in entomology or had worked for Terminix for 5 years is going to be kind of lost. I know he's dealing with bugs. What's he talking about? Okay, but I'm just saying that like this, I'm impressed with this company. Let me check to see what that sorbate material is, because I can actually solve this. Potassium sorbate. What is potassium sorbate? Primarily, it's used as a food preservative. It's effective in a variety of applications, including food, wine, and personal care products. It's a white salt that's very soluble in water. Let me see if I can copy this. Well, let me post that. Potassium. Okay, it actually let me post everything. That's cool. That's potassium sorbate right there. You're going to find it in soaps and wine. It's a salt. It neutralizes sorbate with potassium hydroxide. Precursor sorbic acid is produced in a two-step process via the condensation of crotonolide and ketene, my bad. It's used to inhibit molds and yeasts in a lot of foods like cheese, wine, yogurt, dried meats, apple cider, rehydrated fruits, soft drinks, and fruit drinks, and baked goods. Doesn't take a whole lot to produce it. So that was our science lesson for today. $50, $54 after shipping and taxes. Is this a buy? Yeah, I'd buy it again. First off, I know I'm going to smell great. Secondly, I know that this thing here is going to last me about a month, maybe more. I've never had a bar of soap last me 5 or 6 weeks. That's crazy. But what I'm doing right now is heavy lather. I take a 20-minute shower. I know. You're like, Bruce, really? Yeah, well, the first 10 minutes is me drinking a beer and letting the hot water massage my back. And that's about as much spa time as I can get. That's then I need to start scrubbing. But stuff smells great. I'll be getting another package here in about a quarter. It's $54 for me in Texas. It might be a little bit more, a few bucks here and there for you. But this is their quarterly subscription box they send out. Typically, the materials that they send total up roughly between $70 and $75. So you're getting a good deal on it, according to Duke Cannon. And if you just go through their website, if you scroll around the website and you check out the pricing, you actually understand, like in my head, I'm seeing this stuff here is probably about $69 altogether. Also, keep in mind that they've got a big push for their new Gunsmoke bar soap. And because my boss is a 10 gauge freak, he's taken the other bar of soap that I had. It was a freebie, but it was a freebie 10-ounce bar of soap. Yeah, Hollywood shower. We called those long shower back in the Navy days. In Navy days, you were 2 minutes in and out. You might be 30 seconds in and out if it's a two-man shower, or if you have two shower heads, and that, you got to scrub, you got to move. Yes. Well, nowadays I don't take Navy showers. As much as I love the Navy, I really want to enjoy the civilian life. And after a 12-hour day or 10-hour day in 100-degree heat, I want a nice shower. And I probably shouldn't take a hot shower. I should probably take a cold shower because it's probably not healthy for me. It feels too good. This is it, though. I would recommend it. I would say that if you guys are looking for a new provider for hygiene, check out Duke Cannon's website. They come across as a very testosterone-addled, very pro-America group of people. And like I said, they're based out of Minnesota. They have a soap factory that they are out of that was used as a soap factory by the U.S. government to provide soap for Korean War troops back in the early 50s. So they've kind of repurposed the building back for what it was used for. And the majority of their purchasers are not surprisingly veterans and active duty military personnel and LEOs. And that crew typically stays together. Now I'm going to take something off the table real quick. I'm going to discuss the Black Rifle Coffee situation. I'm revisiting this because it was November or December of 2020 when Kyle Rittenhouse was freed, and somebody from the Blaze Television decided they would give him a Black Rifle Coffee t-shirt and pose with him and Rick Schroeder. And Black Rifle Coffee had this crack going on where they just didn't see things the way the rest of us did. And it took us a while to understand what was going on because Evan Hafer, the CEO, came out and said, we do not have any agreement with Kyle Rittenhouse. We don't have anything going on with him. We don't want any agreement. We don't want any sponsorship. We don't want to give him any free stuff. We don't like Kyle. And there was a bunch of coffee companies that are veteran owned that popped up out of the woodwork on the Black Rifle Twitter, which was really funny. And if you go back to that point, and you're going to see a lot of them are still there because Evan doesn't seem to take things down, which is okay. They're kind of owning up to their mistakes, but in the process, somebody was like, why are you not celebrating this kid who's 17, properly trained with a firearm? He's a certified medic. And he went up there to help people, and he ends up having to defend himself against domestic terrorists, and he does it successfully. Why are you not helping this kid out? And Black Rifle Coffee turned into a bunch of arrogant dicks. Shellback, do you want to talk to me about that on the on live stream, or do you want to talk to me about that on the private? Either way, I'm up for that. We can do that tonight if need to. But Black Rifle Coffee came out like a bunch of dicks. Shellback, send me a Discord DM. I don't have Twitter. I'm not like you lucky people. So Black Rifle Coffee recently kind of got a bunch of shit ran over on them because they had a New York Times article where they wanted to get rid of their ardent fan base, which they characterized as a bunch of racist, misogynist, homophobe types. And Evan Hafer expressed explicitly if he could buy out the customers that he didn't like, the ones that were supporting Trump and the Proud Boys, he would. Well, Shellback, I don't have popular opinions, and that happens. So I get booted off things like Twitter when you have little fucking Gandalf Jack Dorsey, little cosplayer Jack Dorsey and his stupid twat human resources lady that acts like a mother to everyone, wants to control all the speech. Jack Dorsey, if I ever win a stupid amount of lottery money, before I leave the United States, your fucking building will be toast. And so will you. Because I fucking hate everything you do. I fucking hate everything you do, Jack Dorsey. So, anyway, Black Rifle Coffee pissed off a lot of us people. We found out that he was donating to like Barack Obama, John McCain, a bunch of people that really aren't like pro-America. And you can say what you want. Every time there was an election going on, John McCain would come out, I want strong borders. I want this. But he was actually a little treasure troll of a military-industrial complex sort of trilateral commission type. He was not for America. And I don't know what happened to that little shit, but I really wish he would have died in Nueces County Bay when he crashed the plane the first time for the United States Navy. Fuck John McCain. But Black Rifle Coffee stands with people like that, and now they started donating and giving money to politicians that want to do gun control. So, for you gun owners of America, you already know this. But you other people that are NRA members probably don't, because of Dana Lash. She had a softball event with Black Rifle Coffee people, Evan Hafer and Matt Best. And she softballed and she totally made it like Black Rifle Coffee was the Biden during the first debate against Trump. She was there rescuing them from every little inconvenience and making them sound like they were rescuing kittens and helping old ladies cross the street. So I'm not a big NRA guy. I know a lot of people are, but the NRA doesn't really stand up for America, and they don't stand up for the 2A as much as they should. So. All right, hold on. Let me get you. I'm sorry, people. Shawl back. There we go. Okay, so I just sent you a DM on Discord, Shellback. I'm sorry that we have to use this, but I just got to say that Black Rifle Coffee disappointed me, and they've started supporting things that are quite un-American, and the people that work for them probably don't. But Evan Hafer is that type of hipster that he takes an IPA out to the middle of the wilderness and to cleanse his palate, he'll wash his mouth around with IPAs. If you ever watch his Montana canoe videos, I'm wondering exactly what type of monster takes an IPA out in the wilderness and doesn't blow it away with whatever firearm they brought with him. But no, this motherfucker drinks it. Like, I know I'm a sociopath. I drink coffee black, but Jesus H. Christ. If you drink an IPA and you enjoy it, I really don't have a lot of. I'm never going to talk to you about what restaurants are good. I can't talk to you about flavor. I don't even know if I could talk to you about soap. Hey, Darius Munchausen. But I just don't like Evan Hafer. You know, Matt Best he's a really good pitchman. He's fantastic as a pitchman. But I don't like Black Rifle Coffee. Not a big fan of what they're doing. And I don't like the fact they give money away to politicians that are pieces of shit. So I'm sorry for the 3 years that I sponsored Black Rifle Coffee, that I gave out my code for discounts and for promotions on Black Rifle Coffee. I'm sorry that I did that, because if I had known that they were a bunch of snakes in the grass in the conservative movement, I would have ditched them. So I just want to tell you guys that I apologize. And what makes this company feel different, these guys from Duke Cannon, a lot of it feels different. A lot of what they do, a lot of their charity work. You can go on the web. It's not hard to find, and you can find the work they're doing in Minnesota, which is where they're headquartered out of. They don't make videos with a lot of boobs and shit blowing up like Black Rifle Coffee, but what they do is they try to help the people that are close to them. There's military bases all up in that area, probably around Fort. They probably don't go, that super far out from where they're headquartered. Maybe about 100 or 150 miles. But I wouldn't be surprised if some of their care packages go to Fort McCoy in Michigan. And I mean, they give these crates of their stuff to be tested by the military people, and if it doesn't pass, it doesn't pass. It doesn't get pushed out. It's not part of the general population buying options. So they're helping out the guys that are closest to them, and they seem like they're really honest. Do I get paid by them? I do, which is nice. Black Rifle Coffee only gave me free coffee. So I have to let you guys know I'm a brand ambassador for Duke Cannon. And within 2 weeks, I've already been given a small reward. I kind of like it. Is it huge? No, I can't fill up my tank with it. But is it something that's going to help me buy lunch one of these days during the week? Absolutely. If you treat your people good, they'll massage you back. This company here, are they scratching my back? Absolutely they are. Do they have a product that attracted me to them in the first place? You betcha. I picked up their bar of soap at a HEB, which tells me they also sell it to Kroger and to Piggly Wiggly across the nation. And their soaps, with those agreements, are going to be less than what's on the website. So you're going to be able to get a 10-ounce bar of soap for about $7 after taxes. And you'll be able to check it out yourself. The ones they have out, they've got the Busch, the Budweiser, and they push the smells like productivity. So if you see that in your local grocer's mart and you want to try it, you don't have to try my code. You don't have to try my discounts I give you. But I tell you what, if you want chucked by my channel, I'll be talking to people on Discord. Every few weeks I'll be doing a D&D game too, but I'll make sure to mention this. But I want you guys, whenever we have our meetup, those of you going to Vegas, I want you to smell good. I prefer you smell really good. If I meet some of you guys in public, hey, I'm a hugger, okay? Just get used to that. I'm Italian, that's what we do. But I don't need somebody that smells like they're on, day 3 of Dragon Con in the anime room. I love anime. I don't misinterpret that. But the anime room is where you go to sleep whenever you can't afford a hotel at a gaming convention. Yeah, Hafer's shooting himself in the foot. Absolutely. And their Twitter has turned into a dumpster fire. I mean, Twitter's already bad as is. But watching their Twitter, it's not getting better. And they're treating people poorly. That's always been a company that I would look at on the local recruitment boards because they've got a large chunk of it in San Antonio. And the reviews are either this is the best company I've ever worked for because they were part of the in crowd and they went and drank with them or they went and blew up shit with them, or these people were just barely able to afford life and they were answering calls about coffee questions and out of their league and they got broomed out because they weren't trained properly. And the entire recruitment board, LinkedIn and Indeed.com do not paint a good picture for Black Rifle Coffee as a local employer. So, I mean, I kept my eye on it for quite a while, but I just have to say that if anybody bought their coffee and didn't think it was that great, I'm sorry you bought it. I liked their coffee until I found out I was supporting somebody that gave a lot of money to John McCain and fucking Barack Hussein Obama. I was done. And the way you treated Kyle Rittenhouse, fuck you, Evan. Fuck you, you little shit. All right. So that's my rant. I appreciate you guys sticking around for this. I'm going to be seen again tomorrow night. I'm going to do a reading from my book. I'm going to try to start finishing that book that I wrote back in 2012 and finish up Shift Election Week, or Shift Elijah's story, because Shift Elijah's story has the story of what's happened with me with that. I wrote it, the book's on the desk, but after hearing some people talk and like how serious and how good the content is on other people's YouTube channels, I really didn't feel like sharing it. I'm going to be honest. I did not feel like sharing that book, and I'm at the midway point. I should share the rest of it. It's not a bad book. It's actually a good story, but I should have spent more time editing. I should have spent more time caring for it. Instead, I just was like, well, it's done. One take, no, fix it in post bullshit. But it didn't get fixed. It went out flawed. There's a lot of grammatical errors. There's a part on page 4 where like the sentence just trails off. Next page. And after hanging out with Red Gaze in a few chats, watching and listening to him and all the other Comicsgate people and all the other creators, I really feel like I should have tried harder to be a better provider for entertainment. Not that Shift Elijah's story is bad entertainment. If you want good schlocky urban fantasy, I've got schlocky urban fantasy. But it could have actually been a really good, tarted up book. And it wasn't. So I have to apologize, and I hope the people that bought it realize that it's flawed. Most books come out, and if they don't have a good editor, they're flawed. But when you stare at a book for 80,000 words, you don't see the mistakes. You have to give it to somebody else, and I didn't do that. So I wanted you guys to know that and accept the fact, I am giving you an apology, because I do feel like if I would have cared for my book a little more and just nurtured it for a year in a slow process of editing and letting somebody else doctor it and paying somebody actual money, it probably would be really fucking good. Not that it's bad. It gets its point across a lot. But I feel you guys need that. And appreciate you hanging out with me as I unbox this first paid for. I mean, I don't get a discount on Duke Cannon stuff. They just pay me on things that sell through either my Instagram or through email posts or whatever. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, well, I don't get paid. And I like that. I like either you fail or you succeed. I'm not going to make $1 million on it. I know that much. But for me, getting a good product and, believing in it, that's awful fucking great. Hey, grumpy old Ninja Kintaro. Multi Gunman. Dude, I've been really good. I've been kind of busy. Today was a day where I had an argument with a customer. They had a septic system. They had a septic system that was failing, and when I went there, he didn't want to pay for the $480. I think it was like $540 after taxes for me to pump it out, but it needed a lot more than that. And I'm going to say that because he has 12 kids that live with him. A septic system on a typical 3-bed or 4-bedroom house is supposed to support about 5 or 6 people at most. Appreciate you coming by to smash the like, grumpy old Ninja Kintaro. I really do. But I had words with this customer, and the guy, we took his money about 2 weeks ago, and from the moment we take the money, we have 90 days to do the first inspection and give them this is the things that are wrong with your septic work. Yeah, that's the thing, Shellback. This guy has 12 kids, and he has his wife living with him, and she birthed all 12. So I'm willing to bet that she probably poses nude and does the photographs for Arby's roast beef at the menus. I mean, holy shit. 12 fucking kids. And then the guy doesn't understand why his system is failing. I'm like, dude, you need to be pumped out every 7 months. You have 12 butts that are just going through a growth spurt at some point or another. 12 kids, plus you and your wife. You guys are 40 years old. You eat 2,500 calories a day. She eats 1,800. And, your kids are devouring like 20, like you. 12 kids. Yes, 12 kids. 12 motherfucking kids. And the guy didn't understand, like, I need to be here often. And he got upset when I said that. I said, no, a typical system is for about 4 or 5 people, and that's going to last you with this size tank because you have a trash tank. That's the first tank that comes out. Let me see if I can do this. An ATU system is not a conventional septic tank. You have your house, and then you have your pipe, which comes out here to your septic tank. And an ATU system is not a conventional septic tank. It's a powered system. It needs at least 60 watts. My paternal grandfather was baby 11. Okay. But they probably pumped their septic tank out, or they did it themselves back in the day, because this is something that's been going on since the 70s. This is a new system. And the first compartment, this is a trash tank. And out of all the compartments for the ATU system, this is most like the old style of septic systems where all the crap just falls right in here. It piles up, and then the flowable items go in the next chamber. In a conventional system, your flowable items go out to the lateral field. Well, this chamber here, typically you'll have a pump in it, and it agitates the water. When I say agitates the water, this water in this tank gets O2 just pumped into it. Now, O2 is great because the enzymes get just amazing. Hey, Makini, what's going on, sir? Makini raid! So you have this pump, which is being, you have the trash here and the flowable items go here, and these continue to be flowable. Now, typically, this is going to be one large tank, but you have a chlorination device here where we add chlorine to shit water, and then you'll have little floats on the side of the pump. And when the water level gets too high, there's another pump in here that shoves this out to the yard, and the sprinklers go off. Now, you can set this up to where it does this at night, and I recommend that. Don't have it spray in midday on a Sunday. Not when you're having a barbecue for your family. Okay, so you have all these sprinklers going off, shooting out shit water with chlorine in it. And this is going to support usually about 4 to 6 people. And I need to be in this trash tank and over here to get the sludge about every 18 months to 2 years. That typically is about 1,250 gallons for the size tanks we have in San Antonio, and that costs about $540. The guy has 12 kids. This trash tank fills up, and the heavy stuff was spilling over into here and over to here. I needed to get into all 2,500 gallons of that thing and suck it down. That's the honest of what was going on. But him and I started having words, and he didn't understand that, no, you have neglected the system. And well, I don't own this. Okay, well, the owner and you need to have a discussion about who's going to pay for it, because before I do anything, I need paid. The way you're talking to me, I'm going to move that payment to before I do the service. That way it's secured on my possession. He didn't like that. So, I'm just saying that I'm typically a very easygoing guy at my job. Today, though, the sun did not like Bruce. In fact, it was angry at Bruce, and it made it 100 degrees with a real feel of 108. And I never want to have that happen again. So that is why I'm a Duke Cannon ambassador, because I deal with septic and grease. And on that note, I want everybody here to have a great Monday night. Makini, I'm going to check out your draw stream here as my final prep that I have before I go to bed. Shellback. So I was steamed. Oh, dude, I had like 7 layers of sweat on me, and it was miserable until I got up to about 40 mile per hour with both windows down, and I was feeling so much better after that. I had taken that little wipe that I had in my hands. I had one of those when I was driving back, and I was just wiping that across my face, getting this relief. And it felt so good. I should not be so happy to have one of these things here, but this is like, it's a good thing to fidget with, I guess. I never used a fidget spinner, but this just has a nice texture to it, and it refreshes me, and it felt like I was like getting a massage on my temples and forehead when I was rubbing it as I was driving down the road after that job, and it was 108 degrees and the real feel. And I didn't really want to do much more, but I pulled over to a 7-Eleven and I had a slushie today. And when I stepped out back in the sun with my slushie, about a third of it turned into liquid. I mean, I'm not saying it's hot here, but 2 fucking hobbits just ran by me and they threw a ring on the ground. Oh. You guys have a great night. Go check out Makini. He's got a great set of drawings he's doing. And if you're still in here, I want to know, is your Batman, is your information up? Because I got to share that. I gotta let people know that the best Batman they're going to see in 2021 is going to be up for sale. And I want to make sure you make some good silver on this. Anyway, I will talk to you all later. This is Bruce Lombardo from the Apartment of Solitude. Everybody have a great evening.